Hey you, it's me, Curtis P. Some big news for the Apple fans out there as Apple has announced its big iPhone event for the year. It'll be happening on September 12th, that's 1 week from today, where Apple is expected to announce brand new iPhone 10s, possibly an iPhone 9, and maybe an Apple Watch. All of this will be happening at the Steve Jobs Theater at Apple Park. But before we even dive into the rumors surrounding the devices that'll be announced at next week's event, 9to5Mac has already released renders of the new iPhones and the Apple Watch. And these renders, well, apparently they come straight from Apple. These are the first press photos we're seeing of the new iPhone XS and the iPhone XS Plus. Similar to what in the past Apple has done here, you're gonna notice not much has changed on the outside of the iPhone X, but the internals have changed quite a bit, hence why they've gave it the S moniker. As for the larger phone, well, that sports the new Plus moniker because again, it's the larger version of the smaller phone. The new iPhone XS Plus will have a very similar OLED display to the smaller iPhone XS, but it will be a 6.5-inch display, so a little bit larger for you. Beyond that, we also see in the press release photos here that the phones will come in a brand new gold finish, so they'll come in that space gray, silver, and now they'll come in gold. Right now we don't know the pricing, but we can expect that the iPhone XS will sort of keep its $1,000 price point, and then the XS Plus, it could be up to $1,200, maybe even $1,300. So those are the iPhone Xs, but now let's talk about the iPhone 9, because last year we got the iPhone 8 and the iPhone X. We kind of skipped a number there. Well, this year we're expected to see that rumored iPhone 9. It's expected to be more of a budget version of the iPhone X. So it'll have a very similar shape and design. It will ditch the home button and it'll get Face ID, but it will not get that OLED display. Instead, it'll have an LCD display, which is sort of similar to the look of the iPhone X, but it might have thicker bezels on the side. And the phone will also sport a 6.1-inch display, so in size terms, it'll come between the iPhone X and the new XS Plus. And another interesting rumor surrounding that is it could ship with dual SIMs in China, meaning you could put 2 different SIM cards in it, but this might be something only for the Chinese market. Now, of course, we already talked about the iPhone XS, which was leaked by Apple themselves, but let's talk about that new Apple Watch, because the Apple Watch Series 4 was also leaked. This is the first press photo we're seeing of the Apple Watch Series 4. As you can see, it sports a larger screen, which has an edge-to-edge display here with curved corners just to match the iPhone as well. It's expected to have up to a 15% larger display, which is pretty nice. You can also see this is a brand new watch face for the Apple Watch here that's being shown off with complications that go into the corners of the display, really taking advantage of all of that new screen real estate. And with a larger display, we're also expected to see a few changes to the user interface on the Apple Watch. Beyond that, not much has changed with the body. It might be a little bit thinner, but it's hard to tell from the actual photos here. The one thing that is clear is it looks to be using the same sort of watch bands as the past 3 versions, which is good if you already have a large Apple Watch band collection. And the last device rumored to be announced at this event is the new iPad Pro with the edge-to-edge display. Now, these are just artist concepts of what the brand new iPad Pro could look like, but they will ditch the home button here and it will be using built-in Face ID. You'll also notice that the bezels on the iPad Pro have been thinned out, but they're not exactly as thin as you'd see on the iPhone. This gives you room to hold it with your thumbs, but also a place for that Face ID camera without the need of a notch. The iPad Pros will come in an 11-inch model and a 12.9-inch model, so the current 10.9-inch model will just get a little bit bigger of a display on it. The 12.9-inch will actually get a little bit smaller of a body. And one interesting rumor that we're seeing as well is that it might actually ditch the curved edges we're seeing on the iPhone, and instead it'll have squared sides. So you'll have a flat top and a bottom, and then flat sides on the new iPad Pros. So again, those are just the rumors we know right now, 1 week out from the big event happening, that being again September 12th, so mark that in your calendar if you want. Otherwise, I'll have a full rundown of everything Apple announces after that event coming out on next Thursday. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and until next time, I'm Curtis Paradis. Have a good day.